The most talked about thing right now is the Olympics. I mean, of course, they only happen once every 4 years. और सोचोगे कि कितनी पुरानी चीज़ है, हर 4 साल ही होती है, तो लगेगा कि हाँ काफ़ी टाइम से चल रहे हैं. बट आई डोंट थिंक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड कि वो कब से चल रहे हैं. बेस्ड ऑन रिटन रिकॉर्ड्स, द ओरिजिन्स ऑफ ओलंपिक्स कैन बी ट्रेस बैक टू 776 BC in ancient Greece. But why are we talking about this on a watch channel? Because if you have been watching these games, you will see कि results के end में या फिर background में you will see Omega, which are the official timekeepers of the Olympics. इससे मुझे idea आया, why don't we talk about timekeeping in the Olympics? So as I said, they first started in 776 BC. तो उस टाइम पे तो थी ही नहीं कोई clocks या वो. So they use a sundial to measure time and मतलब सेकंड छोड़ो, वो तो मिनट तक को एक्यूरेट नहीं थी, तो बस परफॉर्मेंस के बेसिस पे एथलीट्स जीतते थे. और आजकल क्या होता है ना, दैट वी सी सो मेनी नंबर्स ऑन आवर स्क्रीन, इट इज सो इजी टू सी अ रिकॉर्ड टाइम, अ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड टाइम और व्हाटएवर, कि हम लोग इतना अप्रिशिएट नहीं करते यार, ये डाउन टू द मिली सेकेंड कैसे मेजर कर लेते हैं. वी हैव जस्ट फॉरगॉटन कि इतना डिफिकल्ट होता है ये. ग्रीस के बाद जो टाइम आया उसमें तो दे वर यूजिंग द बेस्ट इंस्ट्रूमेंट दैट दे हैड बैक देन, द स्टॉप वॉच. बट द थिंग विद स्टॉप वॉचेस वाज that there was a lot of room for human error. I mean, would you really, after getting to the Olympics, trust a human to start and stop a stopwatch at the same time? It was not the best, of course, but it was the only thing that they had. Using a stopwatch created many issues of consistency, such as human errors. For example, starting the stopwatch slightly later or earlier than the others, and accuracy issues due to the various brands and types of stopwatches used by many judges. Timing of the 1896 marathon was a sporting event in of itself, क्योंकि जो stopwatch जिससे वो टाइम स्टार्ट हुआ है, साइकिल पे उसी स्टॉप वॉच को एंड तक लेके जाना पड़ता था ताकि वो स्टॉप हो जाए. और इसी की वजह से, बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक एनीवन वुड बी डिलाइटेड इफ दे हैड दिस मच रूम फॉर ह्यूमन एरर, दैट टू एट सच अ बिग इवेंट. बहुत ज़्यादा एक्यूजेशंस और मतलब वो लगने लग गए कि नहीं ये सही नहीं है यार, ये क्या है. सो द IOC, इंटरनेशनल ओलंपिक कमिटी, गेव दिस ह्यूज टास्क ऑफ मेकिंग अ स्टॉप वॉच फॉर द ओलंपिक्स टू टैग हॉयर. In 1916, they finally patented the micrograph. It was revolutionary for its time as it was the first mechanical stopwatch in the world that could be accurate to a thousandth of a second. Others before it were only accurate to around a fifth of the second. और वो भी mechanical में. I mean, it's not digital. Mechanical. तो मतलब काफी बड़ी बात. But in 1932, the IOC trusted the timekeeping reins to the Swiss watchmaking giant Omega. And this is an achievement that Omega holds to date. Within a span of almost 90 years, Omega has unwaveringly innovated and evolved the way the Olympics are timed. और ये मैं कुछ lightly नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि उन लोगों ने revolutionize कर दिया, इतना ये वो कर दिया. They have really changed the game, as I would say it, for the Olympics. I mean, the amount of things that they have done. For the Olympics held at Los Angeles that year, Omega dispatched a single watchmaker armed with 30 Rafrafont chronographs. And these chronographs were accurate to the nearest tenth of a second. These chronographs were also referred to the split seconds chronographs. And they're a type of chronograph with 2-second hands that allow for the ability to time multiple simultaneous events. 1/10 of a second doesn't even come close to how well we can measure time now, but उस time पे it was the best that they had, क्योंकि वो chronograph से भी if there were 6 judges, वो 6 जजेस का एवरेज लेके करते थे. सो दिस रियली वॉज समथिंग विच वॉज न्यू एंड द बेस्ट एट द टाइम. In 1932, Olympics also saw the debut of another technology, the chronocinema. It was basically a camera that is capable of recording times accurate to 100th of a second, which was way more than the Omega chronographs. So now you must be thinking कि तो watch की क्या ही जरूरत? Why can't we just replay the footage and then see who won? Because they are more accurate after all. But there was an issue. Developing the film took hours before a verdict could be decided. So that was the problem. It was not immediate. If you wanted to see who won, you would have to wait hours to get a conclusion. 1948 witnessed the birth of electronic timekeeping. The two standout technologies that was created by Omega for the Olympics in 1948 was first the Magic Eye, which was a photoelectric cell by Omega and the slit photo finish camera by the British race finish recording company. Magic Eye was able to record the time to the nearest hundredth of a second when the finish line was crossed, while the slit photo finish camera allowed the judges to unquestionably see the exact order in which the athletes finished. And this is something that I had no idea about. I mean, it is very obvious once you get to know about it, but you don't think of it at first. In 1956, Omega created something called the Swim-O-Matic. And I think the name gives it away. It is an automatic timing system that measured the time when it detects that a swimmer has touched the ends of a swimming pool. मतलब मुझे पता ही था कि हाँ कुछ पैड्स वैड्स होंगे, but I did not realize कि 1956 में ये सब बना होगा. Such a long time ago, and also कितनी बड़ी बात थी ये. They not only changed the timekeeping, they also changed the viewing experience of the Olympics. The viewing experience of the 1964 Innsbruck Winter Olympics at home started to take on a semblance of a modern day home viewing experience, thanks to the Omega Scope technology. So what the Omega Scope technology did was, it displayed the live times of athletes, such as their running times, on the bottom of the television screens, and this allowed the viewers to get more involved in the experience because now they could actually see the time as the races were happening. जो अभी इतना नॉर्मल लगता है, बट लाइक ये 1964 में शुरू हुआ था. बिफोर दैट दे कुड नॉट सी द टाइम्स ऑन द स्क्रीन एज द रेस वाज हैपनिंग. 1964 was also the year when the Japanese company Seiko joined the Olympic Games. They were the timekeeper of the year, and this was very apt for the brand because the 1964 Olympics were held in Tokyo itself. Olympics के लिए वॉच बनाना बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी बात थी, and through sheer perseverance they were able to achieve that task really well. Because of the innovations that they made for the Olympic Games, it also helped them release their first quartz watch, the Astron, in 1969. So the Olympics game really turned out to be a blessing for them. In order to capture false starts, Omega came up with false start detection devices. और जो starting blocks होते हैं running के, these are the false start detection devices. They are made to be highly sensitive and can capture even the slightest bit of pressure exerted on them. And as soon as the athlete's feet leave the blocks, they will start the timing and allow for the detection of false starts, and this was done in 1984. और ये बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी बात थी क्योंकि शॉर्ट रेसेस में तो इतना होता है दैट इट रियली डिपेंड्स ऑन हु यू नो स्टार्ट्स फर्स्ट. आई मीन द स्टार्टिंग मैटर्स अ लॉट. और इससे पहले एथलीट्स कुड हैव गॉटन अवे विद फॉल्स स्टार्ट्स, बट इसके बाद देयर वाज नो चांस ऑफ सच एरर. Speed skaters in the 2006 Olympic Games were able to experience wearable timekeeping technologies courtesy of Omega. These athletes wore transponders that were specially designed for their ankles, and these were able to send and receive radio signals which allowed for the capturing of specific time measurements for each race. I mean, in races में जो first, second, third होता है उनमें कुछ milliseconds का difference होता है. So this was again a very big game changer by Omega. In the same year 2006, there was another groundbreaking invention by Omega. They introduced to the world the quantum timer. This was an instrument which was able to capture a staggering 1/1,000,000th of a second, making it 5 times more accurate than its predecessors. तो इससे बस यही पता चलता है कि Omega is one of the coolest watch brands ever. I mean, they went to the moon along with Snoopy, which of course, and they were in Death Note, James Bond, and now the Olympics since like 90 plus years. And also, this video, while researching for it, has really just made me appreciate timekeeping more than I had before. I have realized how time is such an important aspect in not just our daily lives, but also in things like our entertainment. I mean, who would have thought कि वो जो टाइम हम देखते हैं, it came much later. वो starting से नहीं था, imagine. Nowadays, it is so easy for us to see time accurate to 1/1,000,000th of a second. So we have really forgotten to appreciate the technologies which help us do that. This year itself, we saw an example of such great timekeeping. Men's 100-meter finals में ऐसा हुआ था कि दो जो फर्स्ट एथलीट्स थे उनका टाइम डाउन टू द सेकंड डेसिमल सेम था. It had to go to the third decimal for them to decide who was first and who was second. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more.